stunt guy. So I learned it, but I never got to do it. No, it wasn't that fun. The coolest thing I got to do was I shot an underwater scene in a pilot that never aired, and I got to shoot in like a full like dunk tank where they would hook you up to like oxygen, and then you'd have to film underwater while you were holding your breath. That was pretty cool. And the man straddling as well, also cool. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so one of my favorite lines of Supernatural is in season 13, and Jack goes, "Hello." And like every time someone says hello to me, I think of that and I laugh. So I was wondering, what is your favorite line that you said?
I mean, I tried to make a bit out of the hello thing, because what's a character without a reoccurring line, you know? What do you think Dean's like most reoccurring line is? Because I have my idea.
Son of a bitch. Or Sammy.
Wow. Sorry, I'm gonna keep rolling with this. What would Sam's most like catchphrasey line be?
So get this.
We're gonna keep going with this. What about Cass?
I'll just wait here.
Sorry.
Then.
I'll just wait.
Wow. Okay. I really should have known better at this point. The nougat line right away was obviously really funny for me. The hello thing I like, just because now I've kind of got a couple variations of it depending on how he feels about the person. Because initially it's like, hello, but then like now if he's unsure, he's like, hello? Why? Do you have an idea for me?
No, that's fine.
Nothing, okay. Yeah, I don't think he has more memorable lines than that. Just like looking awkward all the time might be his legacy, you know? Comfortable walking shoes, who knows? Thanks.
Nope.
I was like, who would be the other person who would have like the most catchphrasey lines? I was unaware of this. That was before I was alive, so, you know. Hi.
So I was wondering, your cat's Instagram, like what was the story behind like creating it?
Well, initially it was created because like, it just started as a joke. Pretty much anytime you like have a pet and you just start, you know, sending all the photos to people, and they're like, dude, we've seen the cat 80 times today, like you need to chill. But it started off as just like something we made that was like, I was like, I want to see the cat at all times. I want to be able to pull up photos of the cat. But then, you know, his personality bled through, so all the captions kind of turned into that, you know? Yeah, it was like, how much of an asshole can he really be? And turns out when you're really cute, you can get away with stuff. Like stealing treats, or, you know, running across people's faces, and you can just do it. So if you're cute, take advantage of it. While you can. Dogpiling, not cute. Hi.
Hello. So you asked for a funny question.
Please.
I'm curious, have you been on any more backstreet Las Vegas walking tours?
So, now I'm trying to remember, was that 2 years ago or a year ago?
2.
2 years. So I've done very, very few of these at this point. I'm gonna rehash the story for some people who maybe hadn't heard it. Brace yourself, I'm terrible. So basically I was at the hotel and then I saw that there was the show on Saturday night. So my dumbass pulls up a map and goes, oh, it's only 15, 20 minutes walk. I was like, why not? But then that led me to like walking through like abandoned streets. There's kind of like an industrial area kind of around here that I kind of rolled through. And by the time I was walking through it, like there was like a weird SUV that pulled up, and I was like obviously witnessing a drug deal. And then I'm like just walking. I'm like I need to get the hell out of here. So then I finally made it here, but then I didn't know where the show was. I missed the entire thing. So that was, yeah, that was my Saturday, my first Saturday in Vegas. Lonely walk, missed the whole show, and utter confusion. So this time I took a car. I love how truly pitiful you guys think I am. I'm like, I took a car. You guys are like, this guy, like, this guy's figured it out. No bad decisions that way recently. Although I was walking around the strip last night and I saw some truly terrible behavior. And I saw one guy almost get hit by a car because he was so drunk and his girlfriend was holding him up and he was doing like one of the craziest staggers I've ever seen in my life. Like Captain Jack Sparrow, but real. Yeah, that was just terrifying. But thankfully it wasn't me, so cheers. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
So I loved you in The Edge of 17, and so
It's a red flag. Red flag.
so I'm just wondering whether you preferred playing the jerk Nick or whether you preferred playing Belle in Supernatural.
Well, you know, they're all coming from the same place, which is my jerk heart. No, I really liked The Edge of 17. I feel like if it would have been released now, or like maybe released on Netflix, I feel like it would have had, I don't know, a stronger resonance with people, because I feel like the movie kind of came and went. But I really feel like it was like a nuanced take of like what it means to actually be a teenager. Yeah, but Nick, if you like Nick, it's a red flag. That's all I'm saying. I know, I think Nick was, I don't know, it's hard. It's like, you know, which of your children do you want the most, you know? We know you have a favorite, Mom. Don't lie to me. Yeah, but Nick was a little more nuanced and there was kind of some depth to that character, and then shooting it was obviously incredibly awkward, but other than that, it was like, I don't know, it was a good story point for her, because that kind of, Nick's douchebaggery kind of pushes her over the edge. So I was happy to be that douchebag.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. I was wondering about your experience when they put you in the Malik box, and like if you had to stay in there extremely long time for the different takes, and also when Lucifer was in there with you. Got some funny stories?
I mean, that was just really fun. I love that, like, how that was shot, and I don't know. I was thinking he was, for that kind of time, he was like my Tyler Durden, you know? Fight Club, anyone? Yeah. Sorry, I met some teenagers today, 13 and 15. Hi, guys. But I made a Seinfeld reference. I'm like, I'm old, okay. But yeah, that was super fun to shoot because, you know, he's just kind of on my shoulder, just kind of pushed me over the edge. They did, however, let me out of the box between takes. Unlike the gurney, which I was held down by a full-grown man. Yeah, the box was, there's two boxes actually, and then the one box that I emerged out of and exploded out of, and then there was also a box that me and Mark shot together in. How lovely, side by side. Never get to hang out with women, I guess, on the show. No one's ever like giving me a hug or anything. It's just like me with dudes. Me laying next to dudes. Me exploding out of a box to talk to dudes. But yeah, that was just really fun. And then the box that me and Mark were in was actually like an expanded box, so we could, you know, both fit in there and hang out. Less hilarious stories with Mark, but you know, he's that was just like a really fun day for me that I was really looking forward to shooting because of, I don't know, I just love their dynamic and how Lucifer just, you know, messes with Jack's head all the time. I feel like he's done the most mind damage of all my fathers, you know? Early childhood trauma for 100, thank you. Thanks. Hi.
Hi, my name is Cece, and I was wondering if you could change any line that Jack has said in the show at all, what line would you change?
You have any suggestions?
No, I like everything you say.
That's so sweet of you. I don't know, because the rate at which we filmed the show, it's like, I don't know, these last 3 years have just flown by for me. Yeah, I don't know, the way my brain works, I usually remember faces better than names, and for like the acting part of things, I'll generally focus on like, I can remember how I felt, but I don't remember what I said necessarily. So if I reflect on like the show, it'd be like, what was Jack's favorite line? For me, it'd be, I could think of like more so what would be like my favorite emotional moments from Jack. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Hi.
Hi, my name's Eileen. You film in Vancouver, a lot of people, you know.
Spoiler.
And one of your first scenes, you were in front of a fast food joint, primarily not in a whole lot of clothes.
Also correct.
What time of year did you film that, and how cold were you?
Oh my God. Thankfully it was July, which is typically pretty nice to not make me shoot that in December. But if I recall correctly, it was a little bit of a brisk day. Perversion for 100, thank you. Yeah, I was a little nipply, all right, it was cold out. What do you want from me? Yeah, thankfully they were shooting in July, so that was definitely helpful. But, you know, the writers don't ever care. They're not like, oh, what time of year will you shoot this in? I remember once I shot on this show where they made us jump into like a river in Vancouver, like a swimming hole, but we had to shoot it in like March, and it was supposed to be like a summer scene. So like, they're just like, the worst thing they ever tell you is they just go like this, they go, look like you're warm. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you're shaking, you're cold. I'm like, yeah, I'm freezing. Like, what do you mean? So that's kind of the worst thing that happens, but thankfully this was not that. Yeah. We're like, unsharpen your nipples. You're like, please dude, like, what do you want from me? Hi.
Hello, my name is Erin. You seem like a really funny, charming person.
Oh, the lies. Okay.
I mean, just from what I've seen of you here. So I was wondering if you have a preference for what direction your acting career would go from here. Do you prefer serious, kind of dramatic roles, or are you looking to maybe move into a more like comedic, funny, charming kind of role? Do you have a preference?
I don't know. I feel like I can do both, you know? I try to be funny here because like, you know, if I give you guys a serious answer for everything, you'd be like, this is boring. Yeah, so I don't know, I don't really have a preference that way. If you could pitch me like something I should do, what would you suggest?
Oh my goodness.
Don't say 2.5 Men. I'm literally already dealing with that like right now at work. Jared, Jensen, and our half man, our own, Misha Collins. By the way, I say this as an open roast to Misha because, wait a second, he just sometimes will forget you're around, so I gotta roast a bit every turn, you know? Sorry, go ahead.
If I had to try to pitch something for you.
Well, if you like had a show, like a show that's already on, or a movie where you're like, oh, I think Alex would not suck at that.
Well, I mean, so you've been doing a really good job with kind of like a new human who doesn't know how to human yet.
I'm really just playing myself.
And that's fair. I like that about you. So I don't know if I had to pitch something, maybe like the next generation of like the comic book hero kind of movies, maybe an alien type character. I couldn't think of a specific character, but maybe something. But
more
like
alien-esque things from me in 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. Copy. Any more here? No. Oh hey.
Hi. I was curious. How do you think that since Crowley died essentially for the purpose of saving Jack, how do you think an encounter, if that hadn't happened, between Jack and Crowley would go?
I'm not sure, because from my understanding, Crowley's like very surly, you know, kind of a grump. Is it correct? What would his signature line be?
Oh, boys.
That one I knew. It's just fun to have you guys all say the same thing. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it would be very complicated. I feel like anytime there's a question of lineage with Jack, it's always an interesting endeavor. I don't know, hope he would get a kick out of him, and or I don't know, maybe he'd treat me like a dick, which could also be fun, you know? Yeah.
Who dat?
If Jack was to meet Crowley.
Oh.
Yeah. Instead, I got to hang out with you guys, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, security codename Scorpion.